Before joining Skyborne, I primarily had worked in the attraction industry, so I worked for an entertainment group for around 13 or 14 years. And most recently, before joining Skyborne, I worked for Transport for London for 3.5 years. Pursuing a career in aviation, particularly as a pilot, was always something that I'd wanted to do, but never had necessarily had the means to do so. So once I was able to, I set upon doing my research into the various different flight schools, the integrated versus modular approach, and eventually settled on Skyborne as my preferred training provider. One of the reasons that I chose Skyborne was, despite them being a relatively new training organisation, the team that they have a wealth of experience in flight training and successful placement of cadets into the airline industry. And I think that it was that element and the fact that they were prepared to take their learnings from their previous roles in organisations and try and build it into something new and something better was one of the things that really appealed to me about coming to Skyborne. I believe that the integrated programme met my needs better than perhaps a modular one would have done. I was keen to ensure that continuity of training with a single training provider, and also to ensure that I wasn't necessarily having to compete with other people, perhaps at other flying schools, other training organisations for aircraft availability. One of the reasons I opted for Skyborne's integrated programme over that of other training providers was that all of my required elements were included as part of the Skyborne package. That included accommodation provision throughout all stages of the training, whereas that may not necessarily be the case with some of the other training organisations.